Hello, how are y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad y'all stopped by. Well, I was going to make some cinnamon rolls. Doesn't that sound good? It's nice outside. It's not so hot, and that just sounds good. And then I got an idea. I had some raspberries. I love raspberries, so let's make raspberry cinnamon rolls. How's that sound? All right, let's get our dough going. Okay, I have a cup of warm milk, and I just use whole milk, a cup of warm water, 2 tablespoons of yeast, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Alright, we need to let this bloom. It'll take a good 5 minutes. Alright, let me show you what we're going to do. Y'all, look at my beautiful lily. Isn't that pretty? A friend of mine gave me that. I just love it. Alright, let me clean up our mess here a minute. Alright, I've got, I'm going to use, this is 12 ounces of fresh raspberries. Alright, I'm going to wash them right quick. Okay. I don't like things super sweet. So I'm just going to mash these up. And I have a half a cup of sugar. And I'm just going to mash these up, and I'm going to let them set. Well, while our bread is rising, I'm just going to let these set, and then I'm going to drain them. Y'all, doesn't that look good? Alright, let's check our bread. Let's see if it's bloomed yet. Well, it's doing pretty good. It'll just take a few more minutes. Alright, it took about 5 minutes for it to bloom. See, look at that. I don't know if you can see down in there or not. Isn't that pretty? Alright. We've got 1/3 of a cup of oil. Just any kind of oil you have. I have 2 eggs. Let me just mix them while they're in here. And I have 4 tablespoons of sugar. And I have 6 cups of flour. And this is just all purpose. Alright. And then I have a teaspoon of salt. Alright, I'm going to get my hook on here. And don't go past the speed of 2, because you could burn your yeast up. It'll take a good 5-6 minutes to get this Okay, it's all mixed up, and I'm gonna let it knead for a good, at least 8 minutes. Y'all, that dough's gonna be so pretty. Alright, our dough has kneaded for 8 minutes. And it's gonna be a sticky dough, and it's supposed to be. Alright, let me get this off the hook. Likes to stay on this hook, but we'll get it off. Okay. got some oil I'm going to put in this bowl. And if you'll just put a little oil on your scraper, it's just so easy to get it out. It won't stick as bad. Alright, we've about got it. Okay. Now I'm going to, I didn't put any flour down, I forgot to. No wonder it's sticking. Okay, we got it now. I like to just knead it a few minutes more. I just like to. Is it necessary? Probably not. It is just such a pretty dough. And it's so easy to work with, and you just poke it and see how it just comes right back out. Alright, I'm going to put it in our greased bowl, flip it over, and I'm going to put it in a warm place and let it rise. I put it in my oven, and I turned my oven light on, and that seems to give it enough heat, but it'll take a good hour, hour and a half. I'll show you these raspberries. Look how they've made their juice. Alright, I'm going to pour them in this bowl. And I'm just going to let them drain. But we're not going to throw the juice away. I'm going to use that for our glaze. Oh y'all, this is going to be so good. And which it's going to sit here. It'll sit here for about an hour, however long it takes the bread to rise. So it will drain really, really good. Alright. I'll see y'all when the bread rises. Oh, look at that pretty bowl of dough. Doesn't it look pretty? Oh. Ooh, that's going to be some good dough. I may have to cut it in half to get it going. We'll try and see what we come up with. Okay. Sometimes when you start working with dough, when it's risen, it kind of wants to have a mind of its own, but it'll work out. You just have to keep rolling it and playing with it, and it'll do what it's supposed to do. Put that there. I don't like the way that's going there. Alright, we're getting it. I want to get it a little bit thinner. Get it rolled out a little bit more. Scoot it down. It just takes a minute. But just keep working with it. I know sometimes bread can be intimidating, but you can do it. I promise you, you can do it. Okay. Alright, we're going. Now see how it just, when it relaxes, it takes a minute for it to relax. I'm gonna do half in raspberry and half regular. Alright, now I think what I'm going to do, think I'm going to cut that right there. Alright. Then I'll have that dough to make just regular. But just keep playing with it and keep rolling it. Alright. I've got some butter here that's very, very soft. And I'm going to spread it on here. You know, everything's better with butter. Alright. Now I'm going to show you how much. We got a lot of juice. Alright, now I'm just going to get the raspberries. We don't like things super, super sweet. And one time I made some cookies for my brother. Well, you know, I don't make things real sweet. And I wasn't thinking. And he said, "Did you leave the sugar out?" I thought, yeah, I might better add sugar when I'm cooking for somebody else. Alright, I've got some butter here. I like to pour melted butter in my dish when I do my cinnamon rolls. Okay, and then I'm just going to start rolling and rolling. And if they stick, just get your pastry cutter here. This dough is just so easy to work with. Alright, I'm going to roll it one more time. Then I'm going to get these edges here and I'm going to pull them over. And I want the seam to be on the bottom. Okay, now I want to just kind of make each one even. And just go down like that. Well, it might be better if I get y'all down here a little bit more. Okay, and then I just kind of lightly pinch it and go down like this until I get it where I want it. All right. All right. Y'all look at that. Doesn't that look good? And they are going to rise so pretty. Any of it that drops out, I'm going to put it right back in there. Alright, let me get this dough. Now, after it's relaxed, you see how easy? It just takes a minute to get it to relax. Alright, let's roll this one out. You just keep playing with it and it will do like you want it to do. As long as you want it as wide as you want it. Alright. I'm going to get my butter here. And I don't put it all the way to the ends. Alright, let me wash my hands. I got to get this butter off my hands. Alright. Alright, let me get my sugar and my cinnamon. Alright, y'all, I'm sorry I forgot to get my sugar and cinnamon out. Okay. And it's just as much cinnamon as you want. Okay, that's probably going to be enough. Y'all, I just love my little brown sugar bear my little friend Ashley gave me. Boy, my brown sugar don't clump anymore at all. Alright, then I'm going to put brown sugar on here. Okay. Alright, we're going to do the same thing as we did the first one. And just keep your little scraper here handy if you need it. Alright, and then I'm going to get these ends here and roll them over. And then turn them. And then I'm going to shape them. Get them where they're all about the same size. Sometimes it just takes a minute. Okay. I'm going to scoot some of these over. Okay, I'm going to put some in here. I might can get one right there. I think I will. And these are going to rise, y'all. They're going to be so pretty. Alright, let me get another dish. Wash my hands right quick. Alright, I got me another dish, and I'm going to pour my butter in this one like we did this one here. Just scoop this one down. And you just make them as big as you want them. See, doesn't that look pretty? That's going to be so good. Okay. I think I can get another one right here. This dough is already starting to rise. Alright, let's see. Put him right there. Alright, I'm going to let them rise again till double, and it's going to take about an hour. Alright, y'all, look at these cinnamon rolls. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to try one. We'll put the glaze on them. Look at those raspberry. Don't those look good? And these are just regular cinnamon rolls. These are for a friend. Alright, here's my, I've got that raspberry juice. Let's see. I'm going to put, you know, I don't like a lot of sweet. So that's about a cup and a half of powdered sugar. Alright, it won't take much of the raspberry. Alright, I'm going to need a little bit more. You just need to do a teaspoon at a time. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more. Okay, that may, well, I'm going to have to make more than that. That's probably not going to be enough. Let me do a little bit more powdered sugar. I'm going to do another cup. And then I'll do a little bit more of the raspberry juice. Alright, and then, you know, I'm going to do my little dash of salt. You wouldn't think that little dash of salt would help, but oh, it really helps with the sugar. Okay. So I did about 2.5 cups of powdered sugar, and that was about 4 tablespoons of the raspberry. Okay. You know, I don't want a whole lot. I just want enough to that each one gets a little bit. Alright, let me just spread it around. Okay, let me get one. This one right here needs a little bit more. He kind of got left out a little bit. And you'll want to put your glaze on while they're hot. I kind of mashed that one. Don't those look good? Oh my goodness. Alright, now we're going to make just plain glaze. Let me clean my pan with my bowl right quick, and we'll just use the same bowl. Okay. Alright, I'm going to do probably 2 cups. Okay. Let me get my... Alright. Alright, I'm going to put just a little bit of water at a time. Just a tablespoon. Alright, then we can start stirring. Okay, I'm going to need a little bit more. Alright, I put another teaspoon. Now I'm going to put my little dash of salt. Just a tiny bit. Alright, let me get this paddle here, and we'll just use the same one, and we just won't have to dirty up another one. Okay. Alright. Y'all look at these cinnamon rolls. Don't those look good? These are from my friend. Alright. Well, you know I'm going to get a raspberry one. I've got to try that one and just see how it goes. I know it's going to be good. Alright. Let me get a little spatula here. Oh, which one do I want? I think I'm going to get, oh, sorry. Move y'all out of the way. Okay, I think I'm going to get this one right here on the corner. I think that one's calling my name. Okay, get my camera fixed. Okay. Y'all look at that. Doesn't that look good? Oh, yeah. I love this dough recipe. This is about the only dough recipe I have ever used. Hold on, my camera's trying to fall there. I have used this dough recipe for, I bet you, 25 years. All right, let's try it. Y'all, that's good. I've always got my mouth full. Thank y'all for being on my channel. I just love my new friends, and I just love cooking with y'all. And if you would, like and subscribe. And until the next video.